Good day, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. This is Victor and Zolivar, and you are watching EIS News. Throughout the years, however, our environment has been subjected to a global environmental threats. The effects of air pollution are alarming. Richelle Villas has the news.
Thank you, Lauren. Levels in parts of Metro Manila shoot up during the New Year revelry. Air pollution is contamination of the indoor or outdoor environment by any chemical, physical, or biological agent that modifies the natural characteristics of the atmosphere. People also ask what is air pollution and its effects. Air pollution consists of chemicals or particles in the air that can harm the health of humans, animals, and plants. It also damages buildings. Air pollution is caused by solid and liquid particles and certain gases that are suspended in the air. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DNR, recorded a substantial reduction in air pollution levels in the first day of 2021 in Metro Manila by as much as 59% compared to pollution levels recorded last year. The initial report of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Environmental Management Bureau, or DENR-EMB, has shown the air pollution levels in two Metro Manila cities have exceeded the safe standards during the first 2 hours of January 1, 2022. The DENR-EMB report showed that the air pollution levels in the cities of Marikina and Manila went beyond the standard of 150 micrograms per normal cubic meter of particulate matter 10 or PM10. Meanwhile, it is still conducting manual monitoring of 11 stations and is expected to come out with the laboratory analysis results on January 7. Now more than ever, we should work together to correct the way of celebrating New Year revelries, as we are all aware of pulmonary health risks these firecrackers carry, DENR Secretary Roy A. Simato said. To prevent spikes in air pollution levels, Simato encouraged the local government units to strictly enforce Executive Order No. 28 Series of 2017, or the regulation and control of the use of firecrackers and other pyrotechnic devices. The DNR chief also called on Filipinos to use alternative ways to welcome the new year, such as making noise with pots and pans and blowing party horns or trumpets. PM10 and firecrackers consist mainly of residues of the explosive powders wrapped in paper, which consist of mixture of sulfur, carbon, and potassium nitrate, and other fine minerals which contain heavy metals. According to health experts, particles in PM2.5 are able to travel deeply into a person's respiratory tract and can cause ill health effects and worsen the medical conditions of Filipino with asthma or heart diseases. Based on the data from DNR-EMB, Marikina City's PM10 peaked at 347 UG/NCM around 2 a.m. of January 1, 2022. With an average concentration of 271 UG/NCM, monitored from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m., or at 215% increase compared to the 2021 Year's Eve PM10 date. We should take these extra steps to reduce pollution. Reduce the number of trips you take in your car. Reduce or eliminate fireplace and wood stove use. Avoid burning leaves, trash, and other materials. Avoid using gas-powered lawn and garden equipment. This is Giselle Villas, your news reporter. Back to you, Lauren.
We humans have become dependent on plastic for a range of uses, from packaging to products. Reducing our use of plastic bags is an easy place to start getting our addiction under control. Midilin Haum has the news.
Thank you, Lorraine. At this point, I will discuss the topic of garbage pollution. First, let me define what is garbage pollution. Garbage pollution is the increase of the number of garbage discarded by the humans due to the lack of landfill utility or garbage disposal area. Another causes of garbage pollution is the human action in which humans throw their garbages anywhere without knowing the negative effect towards the earth. What are the effects of garbage pollution? Some of the effects of garbage pollution is the water contamination, flash flood, and spread diseases. What are the ways that people can help to prevent this environment issue become severe? by recycling our waste and applying the 3Rs, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle. By this way, we can reduce the number of waste in our community. And that's all. And that's all. Thank you. I hope you learned something from this topic. Back to you, Lorraine.
Thank you, Mideline. Climate change increasingly poses one of the long-term threats to environment. Jacqueline Ferrando has the news.
Thank you, Lauren. What if the place you stay right now will vanish in the map? That possibly happen in 2030, 8 years from now. Some other parts of Pasay, Manila, Las Piñas, Valenzuela, Nabutas, Malabon, Cavite, and other parts of the Philippines will vanish. That's according to the map that created by Climate Central Organization. In studying of Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change or IPCC, it comes out that climate change will continue. We will experience too much heat temperature in the world. Ice or glacier will melt down and the level of water will high. Some parts of the soil will be eaten by the water. That's why there are places or area will sink or disappear. Scientists are calling our attention to save our Earth. I just want you to know that our Earth is dying. We only have 3 to 5 years to fix or to save our Mother Earth. I want us to help to heal our Earth. Start planting trees and more so that we can save our Mother Earth. Let us all act now together to heal our Earth. Let's save our planet. Back to you, Lauren.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Wildlife population dropped by 86% between 1970 and 2018. Angel Abinion has the news.
Thank you, Lauren. So wildlife depletion is a major environmental issue not only in our country but all around the world. So wildlife depletion is the loss of wild animals through overhunting, most often loss of their natural habitat due to human expansion of urbanization. So the causes of wildlife depletion are killing of animals for food and trade and destruction of their habitat. So the things that we could help about this environmental issue or problem are to learn about endangered species in your area. So the first step to protecting endangered species is learning about how interesting and important they are. Slow down when driving. Many animals live and develop areas and this means they must navigate a landscape full of human hazards. Any animals will attempt to cross from one side to another, so we must drive slowly. Lastly, protect wildlife habitat. By protecting habitat, entire communities of animals and plants can be protected together. Back to you, Lauren.
Thank you, Angel. One thing leads to other. Deforestation leads to climate change, which leads to ecosystem losses, which negatively impact our livelihood. It is a vicious cycle. Angeline Manamaw has the news.
Thank you, Lauren. So deforestation is a clearing or destroying the other or otherwise the removal of trees through deliberate the natural or accidental means. It can occur densely populated by trees or other plant of life, but the majority, it can also currently happening in the Amazon rainforest. So the loss of trees and other vegetation can cause climate change, desertification, soil erosion, and power crops and flooding, including increased greenhouse gases in the atmosphere and a host of problems to the indigenous. So, deforestation occurs for a number of reasons, including farming with 80% of deforestation resulting from the extensive cattle ranking and logging for the materials and development. It has been happening for the thousands of years, arguably, since man began of converting from the hunter to gatherer to the agriculture-based society to require the larger and the obstructed tracts of the land of housing. It was after the onset of the modern era that is become an epidemic. The of the environmental to the deforestation. One of the most dangerous of the unsettling effects of deforestation is the loss of habitat of 70% of land, animals, and plant species live in a forest. Not only does the deforestation of threatened species by human and known as but also those unknown. And thank you.
Thank you, Angeline. Humans are the cause of most of pollutions in our waterways. And polluted stormwater is a major contributor to degradation of our waterways. Jillian Escobar has the news.
Thank you, Miss Faith. Water pollution is a broad term that describes any kind of contamination of bodies of water, such as river, lakes, or wetlands with substances that can pose threats to human health or the natural environment. Such pollution is a major source of death and disease worldwide, especially in developing nations. Even wealthier nations where piped water supplies mean that water pollution poses fewer direct threats to human health. Many lakes and rivers are polluted. What can you do if you want to help keep our waters clean? There are many things you can do to help. Don't throw litter into rivers, lakes, or oceans. Clean up any litter you see on beaches or in rivers and lakes. Take great care not to overuse pesticides and fertilizers. This will prevent runoffs of the material into nearby water sources. Back to you, Miss Faith.
Thank you, Jeline. Soil pollution is a disruptive element for many biological resources and ecosystem. Julie Bactol has the news.
Thank you, Lorraine. Soil pollution refers to the contamination of soil with anomalous concentrations of toxic substances. Soil contamination, soil pollution, or land pollution. As a part of land degradations is caused by the presence of the symbiotic chemicals or other alteration in the natural environment. It is typically caused by the industrial activity, agricultural chemical, or improper disposal of waste. How to reduce soil pollution? Plant more trees, because trees protects the soil from the harmful effect of acid, rain, and floods. Moreover, it helps fight against soil erosion. Use natural substances instead of using toxic chemicals. Switch to natural alternative. In this way, we can keep the soil healthy. Switch to organic products. By doing this, the need for non-organic product will decrease, and as a result, producers will not longer have opportunity to use toxic substances such as pesticide and fertilizer. Jolie Dibatul reporting. Back to you, Lorraine.
Thank you, Julie. Global warming is the long-term heating on Earth's climate system, observed since the pre-industrial period. Dilibet Morio has the news.
Thank you, Lorraine. Global warming is a serious issue affecting our world today. More society become wasteful society, expanding toxin to our land that causes the climate change and mental destruction. When you burn fossil fuels, the carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere. So the more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, the better the atmosphere can trap heat. In the other words, it increase in greenhouse gases leads greater greenhouse effect. It is the result is increased global warming. Here are the some causes of global warming that are contributing to the climate change. It is waste, deforestation, and transport vehicles, and other. But there are the best reduce global warming. It is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reduce is you need to buy some waste products resulting the small amount of waste even if you need to buy. When you reuse a multi bottles and other products, and also recycle. Recycle is important when you recycle the old products like cellophane, plastic bottles, and if you have this, you can help our community. Next is reduced waste. Reduced waste is a landfills the contributor of gases if our land become wasteful, toxic, and have a chemical because in other kind of chemical cause our environment global warming. So that we all need to reduce waste, not to buying all products. In planting tree, it is important also that you can help action reducing global warming because using this method, the carbon dioxide reducing greenhouse gases. Planting trees and other plants can stop global warming because plants take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. And the last, spread awareness. Spread awareness, always try your best to advocate people about global warming, about their causes and their effects. Tell them how they can contribute by saving energy and to be good to our environment. That's the opportunity to establish programs so that we can help and share information with friends, relatives, and neighbors. Because of that, they find information about protecting our environment. This is Dalibeth Morio reporting. Back to you, Lorraine.
Thank you, Dilibet. It refers to degradation or destruction of the surface of the earth. Luigi Matas has the news.
Thank you, Lorraine. Land pollution is the destruction of the earth land surfaces, often directly or indirectly, as a result of man's activities and their misuse of land resources. To prevent land pollution, reduce and use the harmful product to the environment. Reduce the amount of plastic use. Use a water filter to purify tap water instead of buying bottled water. Bring a reusable water bottle, preferably aluminum rather than plastic, with you when you're at work or traveling. Paper recycling. Use a gray water to water your plants in the garden. Look for the recycled option in all the product you buy, and recycle your empty ink and toner cartridge. This is Luigi Matos reporting. Back to you, Lorraine.
Thank you, Luigi. Be part of the solution, not part of the pollution. This is EIS News.